Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Say what's up.
What's up?
I'm gonna be in the crib in a second, but give me a minute. Let me see. Y'all a few minutes, come on in the door. TWB, what's up, what's up? Martinez, what's going on? Put a one in a comment if you can hear me. I'm just waiting for my peoples to come on. I sent them a link, so give me just a minute. We gonna get this thing started. Cool. Yeah, but we talking 135 today. Like, it's gonna be fire for real. Is it air? Hold on a second.
Yo,
what up?
everything's good. What's up?
You good? Straight?
What's Mike saying?
Mike got braids. He told me he gotta get his hair done. Hey man, don't be spreading that Rona through the screen, man. Come on, man.
It can't spread through the phone. I think we're like a million miles away anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like a block from the crib, so I'm getting ready to park in a second and head to the crib. We got TWB Martinez in the building. I sent the link to BoxingFirst Vlog, aka Blunt. So hopefully he'll jump on in a second. I'm gonna send it to Mike and see if he jump on. And not fear Charles' dad want to jump on too, so I'm gonna send him a link too. So
You're in today.
Yeah, so we gonna have a
Nothing, Charles. What weight class is he?
135. That's why his dad want to get in on it.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
His they was actually supposed to fly out a while ago to go get some sparring in with Devin Haney, but it ain't work out. Something with the schedule.
I mean, what's nothing, Charles now? Like 20-1 or something like that. I mean, 3-0. Was that 3-0 or 4-0 or
yeah,
something like
3-0. That? Yeah, he's 3-0. 3-0. 3-0. 3 knockouts right now. So, they're gonna try to line him up probably like 2 fights before the year out. They want to try to get him to like 9 or 10-0, and then he'll get a promotional deal after that, and then they can kind of hit the ground
what's
running.
he with? Was he just signed with? He just signed with.
He wasn't signed with it. He was just with his dad.
No manager. Didn't he just have an advisory contract with? What's it called?
Yeah, but Rick Ross. Yeah. So he just signed. Yeah. He just signed that. So if the volume kind of go, I'm transferring from the car to the door. So
yeah, that's when the signal gets a bit bad, to be honest, because that's when I got kicked out last time.
Yeah. If you I wonder if you could use the same. You probably could use the same link if you get kicked out.
Yeah, you can use the same link. You use the same link.
Okay.
All right, hold on a second, bro. All right.
Go.
Go get something to drink, Jordan. Come on. Oh, we made it in the crib without you getting tossed off?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good stuff. All right,
I
cool,
mean,
cool.
well, before the people come in, probably gonna take maybe a good 10, 15 minutes.
Watch out, y'all. Hold on a second, Shane. Oh, you just showing all types of love today, huh? What you want to eat? What you get from the market? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Hold on a second, bro. Yup. Yeah, we covering 135 pounds today. Is 135 pounds the best division in boxing? We gonna get guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a good one.
I mean, when did you speak to the guys to see if they're gonna jump on like Blunt and his dad?
This Blunt now. Hold on.
Oh wow.
Yo.
What up?
Get no crumbs on the screen, my nigga.
Firstly, Jeff, you need to sort your signal out. Jeff, you need to sort your signal out. Your signal's lacking.
Mine is. Hold on.
It's good now, but for the last like 2 minutes it was quite in and out.
Hold on. Let me check something quick.
Let me get right for this conversation. We about to get in depth in with it. You dig?
Of course.
Y'all might not like my position.
No, don't worry, you're good.
Yeah, you good.
You're good.
Hold on. TWB Martinez said good morning. Where the hell you at?
Yeah, Australia, bro.
You gotta be in
said
somewhere. You gotta be.
Fritz said good morning as well. So good morning.
What's up, Fritz? What's up with you?
Salute, Fritz.
I mean, it's morning over here in England, so I don't know. It's 12 o'clock, so we're in a new day.
Yeah, it's 12 midnight over there, right?
Man, boxing got some serious hours, don't it?
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, I gotta send another. I'm gonna send one to I'm gonna send one to Mike. I'm gonna send one to official team. No fair. See if they jump on real quick. Hold on a second, y'all.
Oh, Mike P trying to get in.
Yeah,
Let's
he's trying to get in
on this. Talk about it.
Hold on.
I mean, while he's gone, I know they're still in the comments. So yeah,
Send them out as they come.
He said he's trolling. He said he's trolling about the morning.
Oh, all right. I'm afraid to say. I was like, where the hell you at, man?
But yeah, we just wait for them to load up. How much people are in the actual chat itself? I can't even see.
It's only like 3.
It take a minute when Jeff go live. It take a minute for everybody.
Wow.
You know why? It's because we don't get the notifications. Because even now I haven't got. Even though I'm live, I haven't got the notification.
Yeah, they don't send them out anymore. They don't send them out like when you. That's why I was telling you earlier, Shane. I was like, it didn't even matter for me to schedule it, because I was like, even if I schedule it, they're not gonna send no notifications out. They don't even send me. They don't send me his notifications when the video come up. A lot of times I gotta talk to Vlog on the phone, and he be like, "Yo,
this is the thing.
Like, yo, I ain't get the notification."
I'm on the live right now, and I've got the bell icon click for the channel. Obviously, I haven't got the notification, so a lot of people in that same position.
Yeah, so we're just gonna
YouTube, man. They trying to kill the movement. We ain't gonna let them stop it though.
Yeah,
of course. Was
fucking up for a while.
Blunt, was you in yesterday's live? In the comments, was he in yesterday?
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie, young family. You know, I had to do what OGs do. You know what I mean? Had a little McLovin going on. You feel me? So I had to take a little back seat. You dig? So a little McLovin going on. You feel me?
Yo,
had to get some blessings.
He kept
you know what it do.
Yo, he kept it 100 with me. I hit him. I said, you jumping on? He's like, nah, I got a little situation going on right now. Get back with you.
I mean, you know, I'm still alive, baby. A couple grades on the chin, but you know, I'm still alive. I'm still, you know, valid in the game. You feel me? So I had to do what it do.
Was bad.
See, even Fritz saying that. Fritz saying, Jeff, your signal's not good. It's good, all right. It's good now, but it was bad before.
Yeah, I was transferring from the car to the door, so I was figuring it probably took a minute for my Wi-Fi to
You know what it was? It was when you kept going into different tabs on your phone because you kept going from.
Oh, okay. Fritz, how am I
building up to the podcast though? You're good now. Building up to the podcast, you got to find a way to get like a bit of people in instantly, or kind of have something for the first 20 minutes to fill it. So the people can come in.
Did you put an edit in for this in your live or something? Like,
nah, this
you know how you hashtag it, and that'll send it out too.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you can actually copy that link I sent you. You can just copy it, and if you want to throw it on your no, that's gonna get people to that's gonna
jump in the live. No, the problem is it's not even the live. It's the fact that you have a specific time frame. So you don't. Let's say, for example, you jump in at 11:45. People who are subscribed to your channel, they don't jump in straight away because they're not getting the notifications.
Yeah, so they just got.
It takes them a while to see. Exactly.
It didn't start cooking. It didn't start cooking till probably about 20 minutes in.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. It happened yesterday. And I feel like that's because.
Hey Fritz, how we sounding? How we sounding now? Because I'm gonna give them another 2-3 minutes.
What numbers y'all do yesterday? Was y'all get some heads in the conversation with you?
We had non-stop comments for like a good 45 minutes.
Yeah, the comments was coming non-stop for good 45 minutes to an hour. So
what y'all want to go in about like 18 minutes or so? Start going in, or what y'all want to do?
13 minutes.
Breeze around for a second.
No, I mean, I think we could, as the three, we can start talking now, and when the comments come in, we just take it over there.
Hey Fritz, how we sounding? TWB Martinez, how we sounding?
It looked like some people slid out the chat, bro. It looked like a few people slid out, but that's what I'm saying. We probably need to get the conversation going and shit.
Let's just get it going. 135 pounds, is that the best division in boxing? It's a pretty good question because we got 175. You know, that's one of my favorite divisions. Heavyweight is popping right now, but 135 is that the best division in boxing? Vlog, let's go your way first. You think 135 the best division in boxing?
Honestly, I just think it's top heavy right now. I wouldn't say fighter for fighter to any other division is better. It's just like top heavy with active young names. Like this is a division that has a lot of young names going on, and we don't normally get that at the top. You know, you usually get the veterans hanging in and holding on to their money spots, and we got young fighters out here. But as we get deeper into this, you know, my top of the heat might not be everybody else's top of the heat, and we're gonna hold out for that one. But pound for pound right now, I just think it's top heavy with young names, and it's probably ranking third on my list. You know what I mean? I'm a 145, 147 cat by nature and by just design of boxing. You get that good mix of power in boxing in that division, and 135 not bad.
Okay, Shane. What you think?
I mean, I couldn't. Everything you said, Blunt. If you don't mind me calling you Blunt, I don't know. I know he has Blunt.
Yeah, I still keep it real. We still keep it real. You know, we tell you the truth.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So as what's it called? I could, to be honest, everything you said is straight facts because I feel the same way. I feel like it's probably the only division where the elite fighters or the top fighters are prospects as well. I mean, it's difficult to call Teofimo and Devin Haney prospects, but they're far from their peak. So a lot of the young cats coming up, like whereas you look at the heavyweight division or the light heavyweight division or the welterweight division, those are the divisions that we're probably going to get into. You look at the likes of Errol Spence, Crawford, or Beterbiev, or Bivol, or Fury and Wilder. Those are at their peaks, or maybe even past their peak. Whereas Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, all of those guys are guys on a come up. So it's probably the most exciting in terms of future, and God knows what can happen in that 135 division. But to say it's the best, I'd probably say we're jumping the gun a bit.
Let me add on to what the young homie put right there. I think it has a good potential for the money fights right now. If you want to talk about a bag fight, I think the Loma fight with Lopez gonna be a bag fight. You know, you got Lopez with that whole New York East Coast, you know, backing, that Latino backing, and then obviously Loma, you know, legendary fighter in his own right, got his supporters from a long time ago in his amateur career. So that's a bag fight. Anything between Haney and Garcia, bag fight. You see what I'm saying? Like those guys mix it up. Those should be some payable fights for these gentlemen.
Facts.
Yeah. We got some people in the comment section. Davidian Simmons is in the building. He say, "Hey, y'all."
Salute.
Swaro said, "What's good?" Swaro, what's up with you? Yeah, 135. I think I haven't seen a division like this in a while where guys this young is, you know, controlling the division. Say hi since you want to be newsy. Come on. Hello. Say hi.
Hey, little mama.
Yeah, you get out of building.
Definitely make me burgers and cheese.
I'll make you burgers and cheese fries. Give me a little bit. All right.
Yeah, we working.
Yeah, we working right. Yeah, but I haven't seen a division like this in a long time. Usually guys that's under the age of 25 are outside of the top 10. To be honest with you, they outside of the top 15. But the top 10 guys at 135, I mean, I would say probably 6 of them are probably 25 and under. I would say about, like Devin Haney, Teofimo, Ryan Garcia's in the top 10. In my opinion, that's 3. 6
Loma, obviously.
Yeah, but Loma's not really young.
30,
but just because he's a young professional, but he's an OG as far as, you know what I mean, the work put in, body of work. So that's a tricky situation with labeling him as not part of that group just because of his age.
Because he's 32, but then he's probably 25, probably boxing years, if you really want to look at it.
As fight count, 15 fights in, you know, that's usually what you get out of 27-year-old, somebody like that.
But you say that, but this guy had 400 amateur fights. So what about the mileage?
What I'm saying, like, when we look at him, we know he has a historical background as far as what he's done amateur-wise. But if you want to regulate his professional record, it equates to a younger fighter. You see what I'm saying?
In terms of numbers.
Right? Yeah, in terms of numbers. Not like I'm not, you know, putting him in a ranking situation or anything like that. Yeah. But I'm just saying, as far as terms of numbers, it looks like a 26-year-old guy's record, still trying to climb the ladder type of thing.
Yeah, he's 14 and 1. 14 and 1.
14 and 1. See what I'm saying? But right now, top of the heap. I ain't gonna lie about that. But right under him, let me get on into it since we done got going. I got personal Robert Easter Jr.
You want to get your top 5? You want to get your top 5?
No, we ain't even go top 5 because we know everybody else under them guys as far as publicity, marketing. No, I mean, we know the top 4 though. We know it's Haney. We know it's. Oh, do y'all not agreeing with that either? Okay.
Give us your top 5.
Well, personally, I'm gonna just get into my second guy right after Loma, and just because of his historical workings, him coming in really running with that fast track and doing something with it. You see what I'm saying? Like they trying to do with this Morrell Jr. dude or whatever, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. I got Robert Easter Jr. based on resume.
But isn't Robert Easter Jr. number? Isn't Robert Easter Jr. 140 now? Didn't he
They
move
actually
up to
have
140?
him. They have him ranked at 35.
They have him
His
ranked
last
at 35,
fight was at
but
140.
let me add this. He's only ranked in two of the bodies. I think it's the WBC got him at 6 and somebody else got him at 9, but it's only 2 out of what, the 5 or 6 we got.
Easter is ranked.
I mean, you have him second on resume ahead of Tiafimo and Linares on resume.
On resume, just on resume.
Ahead of
now.
Tiafimo and Linares.
Linares got too many losses.
Yeah, but he's got better wins.
Who has better wins?
Linares.
I wouldn't say that. We got Comey on there. We got Fortuna on there. We got can't think of the last name. He just got rid of him. Let me look that up, man. Y'all got me
you also have a loss against Mikey and a draw against Bartholomew, which to me, I didn't even think that.
But he got the W on. He got the on BoxRec. He got the W against Bartholomew. They have debate.
Who was the draw? He drew the fight. He drew that fight. He drew that fight.
Well, they need to fix BoxRec then, man, because on BoxRec they got a donut in the draw column.
Seriously,
they need to fix that.
On Easter Jr.
They need to fix that. I watched that fight myself, and I fell asleep watching that.
But if you look at that fight, that to me he won that fight.
To me,
I remember that fight.
To me, I watched that fight and I scored every round 9-9. They were both poor. To me, I thought they were both poor. I thought Robert Easter should have done much better.
I agree with that. But I think Robert Easter being the somewhat more of the aggressor. Because I thought Bellamy was trying to counterpunch too much.
I agree with that, but I thought Robert Easter, for his ability, he should have he really should have. He was going through the motions a bit too much. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Tap in, G.
Yo, the people that's watching right now, BoxingFirst Vlog has Robert Easter Jr. number 2 on his 135 list. Just put in the comment section what y'all think about that.
How much people's watching?
It's only 4. It's only 4 right now. But we 22 minutes in, so this around the time people started jumping in. So now as far as Vlog, going back to you on Robert Easter, you said resume. What wins on his resume kind of makes you say he's number 2? Because off the top of my head, I can't think of any big wins that Easter
Comey was
and Fortuna.
outside of Comey.
Fortuna.
Comey and Fortuna.
And then again, if you judging a fight and we talking where we position these guys, I thought Robert Easter Jr. won that fight. So in my personal position, I have him second because that's a victory in my eyes. And if you look at
can I ask you a question?
Fighters' resumes, they haven't even seen that consistent upper level of competition.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? In my personal opinion, I thought this is the fact. I thought Tiafimo done way better than him in the Comey fight, and I'll go one step further. I think Linares, when he fought Luke Campbell, I think that's when he beat Luke Campbell, I thought that was a better win than the Fortuna fight, in my personal opinion. When
it's close.
But when we talking ranking them, you got them L's that you pushing double digits, baby. You at 5, so you halfway there. I'm 10 and moving you back just a little bit. Not saying you're not a slugger.
I get that, mm-hmm. But then you also have to look at it. The L that he took. Let's be honest. Would you put how much of that was down to the opponents that he fought. He fought Lomachenko, and to me, to this day, he's still giving Lomachenko the best work at 135. At 135, I think so.
But he lost.
He did lose. He definitely did
now
lose.
Hold up. Let me throw this little nugget out there. To me, Robert Easter Jr. chased Mikey Garcia out of 135. To me, that fight he had with Robert Easter Jr. was like, yo, this 135 reign gonna be so hard, and it ain't no money. Let me slide on up out of here and go chase a bag. Ain't been back to 135 since.
I just feel like, you know what it was? He spent 2 years out of the ring, and he thought that Broner fight was gonna make him some money. It didn't make him that much money, so he wanted to cash out. That's what I think. I
agree with that. But I also think it was the seeing what was coming. You know, he knowing Garcia coming because he work with them cats off and on, so he know they coming. Obviously, you know, heard about the Haney.
Sorry to cut you off. Just get to the comments because there was a few comments that came through.
Yeah, we got Toshi in the building. What's going on, Toshi? He said Loma is the best at lightweight right now, easy. Toshi also said Fortuna beat Easter, I guess in his opinion. So you wanna how did you see that fight? Did you have Fortuna beating Easter? I thought Fortuna. I had Fortuna by a round, but I
thought Easter won. But this is the problem with Easter. Easter has a lot of fights where it's nip and tuck. That's why, to me, if I'm picking my top 5, I'm picking it. Easter's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, and I actually do feel like he is underrated. But I wouldn't put him ahead of Teofimo. In my personal opinion, I wouldn't put him ahead of Teofimo.
But when you say that, Teofimo's resume isn't stacked enough? Like, I mean, he done had some cupcakes, my guy. Let's keep it solid.
No, yeah, facts.
Victories.
Facts.
Because they all fought this guy named God bless his Madsen, I believe, white boy. You know, one of them pretty boys, stacked up record like 33 and blah blah blah. But as soon as he started fighting these elite prospects, we talking KOs. Like, he went down 4 straight times. So they all fought him, and they all have that sort of victory on a young resume. Even though this guy got 33 victories, it's like, damn, that chin was, you know, broken glass before you even hit it. So you see what I'm saying? You can't, like, that's not a big victory. A big win.
Go on, Jeff.
Yeah, get in, Jeff, man. You ain't said a word.
Nah, I'm letting y'all rock, man. I'm about to get through these comments real quick. Now, Fritz said, "What do you think? How well would Asian boxers compete in a division?" Fritz, you're going to have to give us some names.
There is a Japanese cat that's 12-0. I ain't even going to try to pronounce his name because that would just be totally disrespectful. But if you look him up, I believe it came up under Ring Magazine. He 12-0. I read a little bit because they didn't have no video, obviously. So, I mean, he sounded well-rounded. Not very powerful, in the competition over there is not stiff. So he's one of them guys that maybe need to make a move or two in the European market to get a little bit of shine coming west. Because we know, like, the only cash cow from over there right now is Ione, and maybe that fighting family that those guys can get a bag anywhere right now.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I missed what you said,
Fritz said, "What do you think? How well do you think Asian boxers can compete in the division?" I told him he's going to give us some names. He didn't give us any names. He wanted to give us some names.
I mean, a lot of them Asian fighters, they don't really reach 135. I mean, if you take Pacquiao out of it, how much? I mean, obviously, you still got a lot of them guys are very good at bantamweight, but
a lot of them Asians are small. A lot of them don't make it 135. You see a lot of them at 118, 115,
120, 122, stuff like that.
Yeah, you see them. It's Fritz, I know you probably asked that question because you had a specific person in mind. Just give us the name and we can definitely get to that. Toshi also said Mikey Garcia easily beat Robert Easter Jr. That is very true. He also said Garcia's best fight at that time was going to be against Comey, so he rather moved up. Let me get that one real quick. As far as Mikey Garcia, yes, he had a mandatory against Richard Comey. And he just decided to go all the way up. To Mikey Garcia, he just didn't. I guess to him, Richard Comey didn't make sense at that particular time, and it was really from that point on he really jumped up to 47, and it was like it was his own.
I think Mike, when Blunt said he was scared of Robert Easter, I think Mikey was more scared of 140 because he could have moved up to 140 and fought the guys at 140. But
that's a good point.
Because if you look at it, the 140 chance was against Broner, wasn't it? Was that a 140 fight?
That was at 140, and then he could have fought Jose Ramirez at 140, and he didn't take that fight.
Too, or Josh Taylor, and he decided to move up.
No, but do you remember because and he could have fought Hooker because he was double.
I was getting ready to bring that name up. Yeah, he
would have been mandatory. Maybe, he would have been mandatory for Hooker, and he didn't take that.
But now we got to look at the bag. These are good fights from us as fight fans, and you know the media platforms that we run in. But the bag from the Garcia camp. Any of them fights at 140 outside of maybe the Broner been a real bag?
That's facts. That's 100%.
And remember, as I said before, he spent 2 years out of the ring, so can you afford to be? He had to make financial decisions.
You're right. So that could be another reason why he skipped 140.
Yeah, Slervin is in the building. He said, "What's up?"
Salute.
Yeah. She said something.
Hey, I'm gonna step out, grab something to drink. I'll be right back.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Yeah. You know what? To be honest with you, we gonna get back with Blunt on his number 2. To be honest with you, he kind of shocked me with the Robert Easter joint. He kind of shocked me with that. Because I had to think about it. I'm like, he's definitely not my number 2. Be honest with you, he's not. I don't think Easter's in my top. Easter may not be in my top 10.
But Easter, I don't think Easter's a 135. I think Easter's a 140. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but they have him ranked at 135. And I think
his last fight was at 140.
His last fight,
and he barely made weight at 140.
That's true. Yeah, he kind of shocked me with that one. But who, if you had to get your top 5, who would your top 5 be?
Okay, so off the dome, I would say Loma number 1.
Okay.
Then I would say who would I say number 2? Probably Teofimo Lopez.
Okay.
Then I would say just the fact that to me he's proven and he's proven money. I would say Linares, proven money. So I would then say Linares at number 3.
Okay.
And after that, it's a bit difficult because there's many fighters that's there that you can argue is 4 and 5. You got the Devin Haney's, you got the Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, Mendy. You got who else?
Yeah, you got
Fortuna. Not really. You got many guys that are just like that fringe, just on the cusp of being in that top 5, but they don't have enough names behind them. They don't have enough work behind them. That's why I was saying.
Is it safe to say it's Loma and then it's everybody else?
Yeah, it's safe to say that, but this is the thing that's annoying. I feel like you got so much young guys that have ability, but they don't have any work behind them. So it's difficult to judge. It's very difficult to judge. I would possibly say that when you're looking at the lightweight division, you have to look at it with like 2020 vision, like 2020 vision of like foresight. You have to use foresight. Looking at the fighters that we know right now, who has the potential to take over Lomachenko, because you won't be picking.
Man, Ryan Garcia gonna walk him down. Ryan Garcia gonna walk him down. Speed, get him in the corner and get him out of there.
Walk who down? Walk who down? Walk who
Ryan
down?
Garcia can dethrone Lomachenko at 135. Ryan Garcia is the truth.
Wait. Hold
Ryan
Go
Garcia,
to go on, Jeff.
you said potential. That's what we said. I ain't got him in the top.
I gotta get to the comments. TWB Martinez says sub and like, appreciate that. Toshi got a couple of them. He said, I guess this is in response to the Asian fighters. He said Murata is good. Philippines and Thailand are starting to come out with really good boxers. Filipino and Thailand fighters, they've always had good fighters. They just small. He also
but
said,
Murat is at 160.
Yeah, Murata's 160. I think he was just talking about just Asian and Thailand fighters just in general.
If the only name to talk about from over that way is Pacquiao and Ione fighting family. That's it. Nobody else over there has the steam. Nobody has a promotional base. Excuse me.
Would you Murat is making some serious noise out there as well.
Yeah,
Murat is making noise.
Okay. I ain't gonna knock that. Y'all know a little bit more about that scene than me. But just off a casual, we know the Ione fighting family. There's like 3 or 4 cousins doing their thing outside of the young monster that pretty much the world knows about after the No-Nair fight. All right.
Toshi also said Mikey wanted to get that extra weight class belt at welterweight. That's why he skipped 140. Toshi, I got it real quick. He got a belt at 140 when he beat Lipinets. So it wasn't that. It was the bag. It was that money that he wanted at the end of the day, and then he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Comey, so that was. I guess he was thinking that was the best decision for him. I got my guy Cruz Hitman Stewart in the building. Big shout out to Cruz.
I sent Cruz a link on IG, man. I ain't know if he was in the gym or something. I said, let me see what he doing.
That's the bro, man. Cruz Hitman Stewart, man. 7-0, 6 knockouts out of Iowa. In Minnesota right now. He was in camp with Caleb Truax. For
solid work fight before
Yeah, they all a part of the same camp. They shout out to 1-2 Boxing as well. We got my man Cruz in the building.
Jeff, bring your phone closer to you. Get closer to your mic. You're quite muffled.
Can you hear me now? You good?
Yeah, there you go.
You're clean now. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Cruz said Devin Haney is a solid pro. He's big and skillful. That's true. TWB Martinez says Ryan Garcia is coming up soon.
Let's get to that. Let's get to that. Let's get to that. Because that's a good segue to.
Okay, so for the people that's listening, Boxing
Stay
First
still, Jeff. Stop moving around, bro. You gotta stop moving around. You breaking up.
Okay, I'm straight now.
Yeah, stay still.
Okay. Boxing First Vlog basically came out and said Ryan Garcia has a legitimate shot against Lomachenko. I got a feeling.
He said he will walk him down. He said he will walk him down. He did not say
that Ryan Garcia will walk down Lomachenko. I got a feeling that Boxing First Vlog and Shane are about to go back and forth on this one, so I'm gonna let y'all two go ahead and go. Vlog, go first.
I put mine in. I put mine in.
Okay, all right, but Shane, go ahead, Shane.
He's faster.
Okay, so the reason why I would strongly disagree with that, and it's strongly because Ryan Garcia has never fought anybody with the side to side movement of Lomachenko. Don't get me wrong. Ryan Garcia has a fantastic, and he's got good engine, very fast hands. But we're talking about coordination with his feet. So when you're talking about Lomachenko, you have to talk about the fact that when you said he's walking him down. So if he's walking him down, when he's coming forward, he's got to be able to move side to side, because that is where Lomachenko will be pivoting to. He's also got to be able to come forward, moving his head. I've never seen that. I've never seen Ryan Garcia come forward, pivoting, coming forward, or come forward, moving his head. I've never seen that. He's got very good hands, but that's where it stops. You got to have more than hands to beat Lomachenko. Go on.
Yo, let me get in on that real quick. As far as Ryan Garcia, he's more of a I've seen him more as a counter puncher than him walking down anybody. With him having that speed, you would think he would have the ability to walk people down, but I don't know if I know Ryan Garcia has highlight reel knockouts. I don't know if Ryan Garcia has his man strength yet, which is scary. But
you keep saying he has speed.
He's the fastest.
You keep saying he has speed.
We talking about, he's
let's
the
talk about
fastest
feet.
Say that again, Shayna. My bad.
With his feet. With his feet. Is he the fastest?
Now there you have
the fastest with his feet.
I totally, he reminds me of F.A. Ajagba with the footwork. Now that's there you have.
That's my point. You can't. That's my point, because you're saying he's gonna walk Lomachenko down. Lomachenko don't go back in straight line, so how is he gonna walk him down if he doesn't pivot as fast as Lomachenko? That's my point. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I got a counter to that. Now you know what slows down a mover?
Go on.
A solid shot.
Body punches. Yeah, that's true.
So now when I mean once you can get him slowed down, and Lomachenko, we know he can go the distance, gas tank nice, but has he been really worked over with somebody that has the hand speed to catch him? Trying to slide in and out. You know that left hook. That left hook that they call a counter left hook. They call you know what I mean? That check left hook. That's nasty as an offensive weapon if he's not even using it from a defensive position, which we seen highlight reel knockouts with them stepping back. If he can use that offensively,
you're saying this. Blunt, you're saying this, but you're saying this under the pretense that you're forgetting that Ryan Garcia is gonna have to go through punches as well. He's gonna be getting hit as well. So even though Loma doesn't have the same amount of punch power, he'll be landing more because he'll be setting up his punches better. Because when he does have a full engine, he's way more sophisticated with his hands and with his feet together. So if he's pivoting off to his left and to his right, Ryan Garcia is in the middle just getting pinged because he doesn't have the footwork to get out of range.
Let me get in on that real quick.
Get in, bro.
Let me get on that. As far as Lomachenko is concerned, it would be extremely difficult for anyone to land a check left hook on him. It'll be very hard for somebody to land a check left hook on him because he moves side to side so much, and he has different types of defense. He has distance. He gets low as well, and he has head movement. So a lot of times he keeps himself is positioned first, then he throws his shots. So it's very rare that Loma will get caught with that type of check left hook, like them highlight reel knockouts that Ryan Garcia had in his last two fights. I don't see him landing that shot against Lomachenko. He would have a better chance of catching Lomachenko in a straight exchange. That'd be his bet. It wouldn't even be smart for him to try to walk Lomachenko down, to be completely honest with you. He would just he would be leaving him.
He could potentially catch him on the way in. But
yeah, he would
on
be
the way
better
out.
off just being to be honest with you, Vlog, he would be better off just actually fighting his fight. Just playing his game. If he plays his game, that's the best game plan he can have against a Lomachenko. Because if you try to walk a Lomachenko down, that's like you trying to walk Floyd down. And I'm not comparing Lomachenko to Floyd. What I'm doing is guys are that technically sound, not only with the hands.
It's not a bad comparison. Boxing styles. It's not a bad comparison. Boxing styles.
Like with the footwork,
we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. So if, for example, Ryan Garcia is trying to walk down Lomachenko, if he tries to walk him down without a solid jab, that's a problem. If he doesn't vary his jab, that's a problem. And that's probably the biggest problem I have with Ryan Garcia. He reminds me of Berto in terms of the speed. He has speed. He has a lot of speed, but he don't change the speeds. He don't change the levels. That's where he would have a problem with Lomachenko. Everything is 100 miles an hour. I know you love Ryan Garcia because he's so fast, but every single shot he throws is at 100 miles an hour. He don't throw you that. He don't throw you that little solid. He don't throw you that little curveball 75, and then
go to the comment.
Everything is 100 miles an hour.
What we got in the comments?
Oh, we got some stuff in the comment section. Hold on, y'all.
TW say Ryan Garcia training with Canelo for loot. Not bad, not bad. I saw that myself on social media a couple days back.
Yeah, he been training with them for a while.
No, we missed one.
Slovenia.
Someone said no.
Go ahead.
Before that, so TWB said Luke Campbell. So I assume he wants us to touch on Luke Campbell.
We can touch on Luke Campbell. We get to Slavin's comment. He said Garcia versus Loma, similar to the De La Hoya versus Whitaker. Garcia won't be able to pin him down.
This Garcia hate is getting on my nerves. I'm not liking it.
I don't hate Garcia.
I'm just, I'm in my fanboy mode. That's my guy, man. Blunt, that's my guy.
Blunt, I don't hate Garcia. I'm just very skeptical.
I'm bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm skeptical when it comes to fighters. Me personally, there's not anybody in boxing who I find is flawless. So because of that, I can find holes in fighters very simply. It's very simple.
I agree with that. Like my one thing on Loma is with everything that he has, just that real one shot or one hitter quitter, it ain't really there. Like, he's a volume guy, or it got to be a real sneaky punch that he catch somebody with. But like, he's not a killer. Like, I'm just gonna go out here and dog walk somebody.
To me, the person who I give the best chance out of all of them to beat Lomachenko is Teofimo Lopez. To me, that's me being honest. I think Teofimo has the best chance of being Lomachenko.
Outside of Haney with the length and the power, and
we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that in a second. Hold on. We got Mando Jr. in the building. What's up, Mando? He said the best lightweight is. He said the best lightweight is Rolly Romero. You gonna chill, man?
Hey! Now you brought that up. I got your boy Jackson Ramirez right outside my top 5. I got him at like 7.
Okay, we can get to that in a second. Oh, we got Mang 213 in the building. What's up, bro?
What's salute with the family?
Salute to you, Mang 213. Listen, let's get to Shane. I don't think you can give anything past number 2 as far as your top 5. Can you give us your top 5?
The reason why is because we actually went on a tangent. So in the middle of what I was saying was, when I'm judging my top 5, I'm judging with what me and Blunt agreed with at the beginning. The fact that you got a lot of young guys coming up. Because of that, I have to use foresight instead of actual vision for now. Because it's very exactly. So because of that, I look at it and I go, as I said, I still got Loma. I still got Teofimo. I got, as I said, Linares only because he's proven to me. At number 4, I'm confident that Haney will be a win. Like Haney's probably the most all-round fighter out of all of that crop. He's probably the most rounded. And number 5, it's a bit difficult because I'm gonna say something that none of you guys are gonna agree with, but I personally think Berchelt's gonna be a beast at 135. Me personally, he fought at 135 in his last fight, and I think Berchelt's gonna be a beast at 135. That's me personally.
Okay. Was a vlog? Let's round out your top 5. What's your top 5? I know you said Loma 1.
Man, I gotta look at my list. Give me a hot second to look at this list and make sure I got my numbers right. Talk to the people real quick.
All right, let me get to the comments. Mando's real funny. That Rolly Romero shit. TWB Martinez says I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson, Ali, and Ryan Garcia. Okay. Mang 213 said, that's what's up, fellas. Don't sleep on Loma's power. Name one fighter with more body shot KOs.
Remember I said he can hit you with a sneaky shot? That's his power. I said it's that sneaky shot. It's not that straight out, I'm going to hit you in your mouth and you going to sleep power. It's the sneaky power that Loma got.
It's very few in the sport that actually had that type of power. But yeah, like Loma got so many angles. He's probably a high candidate for someone to hit you with a punch that you don't see. And that's the most powerful punch in boxing. Let me see. TWB Martinez, don't sleep on Ryan Garcia's speed. Ain't nobody sleeping on the speed, bro. Ain't nobody sleeping on it at all. Mang 213 said Haney can't mess around with 135 for much longer, just like Tiafimo. Mang 213, are you talking about the weight? Like they're pretty big.
I assume he's talking. I assume he's talking about the weight.
Yeah, I think he's.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you're a growing boy. You know, he ain't done growing yet. So how long can you keep cutting them corners is very important to the longevity in the division. I mean, maybe you need 1 or 2 big fights at least, and then slide on out the back door.
I mean, I think that's what Eddie wants to do with Devin Haney, because he's putting him in the. He wanted to put him in with Loma straight away. So
yeah, this 135 is just.
All right, I got my list. Y'all ain't gonna like it, but you know, I'm an old head. I really do a lot of homework. I don't just go with these mainstream dudes. I really dug into this list to see who was doing what. What's going on with it.
Before you give us your top
right now, I got hold on. Let me give you the number 1 position is Loma and Lopez because of the fight. We already know it's lined up, it's going down. So in my mind, I'm personally, until there's a conclusion at that fight, we have a tie at 1 and 1A.
So you got a 1A and 1. So you got a 1A and 1B. So let's, for the sake, so we won't confuse the listeners. Can we just go 1 and 2?
No, because they're getting ready to fight. We know they're getting ready to fight.
Okay, go ahead.
So to have a finalized 1 position, that fight needs to go down. So just Loma/Lopez at line 1. Second, I got Ryan Garcia, as Shane said, outlook, potential. Still got youth on his side. Controls his weight.
Robert Easter was number 2, brother.
No. He said because of foresight. He was talking about foresight. He did say
foresight.
that.
Now I took Robert Easter out of there because of y'all guys saying, well, Robert Easter's moved up to 140. I saw that on BoxRec. I didn't know that fight was at 140.
Okay.
So the last fight was at
140. Out of there. But based on his accomplishments in the division, he would be in the mix if he was active in the division.
Oh,
now we saw
he'll be in mine as well.
We saw Maurice Hooker go up to 147 for 1 fight, but he supposedly slid back down. So was Easter doing that for a paycheck real quick? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but we'll take them out of there and we'll just leave the names that we know currently still fighting in the division. I went to Ryan Garcia. Next, I got Emmanuel Tagu, the Ghanaian boy, 31 and 1.
Who
been in the division for 8 years?
Who?
That's my point.
I ain't heard of it,
bro. I'm gonna ask you this question. How many times have you seen him on the screen fight?
I did my homework. I personally
Answer the question.
I like what I saw, and I'm ranking it on my list. You said we ain't, my dude. This list ain't. This is a hardcore list. This ain't a mainstream list. This is like you really looking into the division. You seeing what's where. I check resume. I check workout. My dude is over there mopping all that European work. He mopping all that European work over there.
Oh, okay.
And this Shane neck of the woods.
We gotta have a conversation.
Huh?
No, I said we're gonna have to have a conversation, but go ahead.
Okay, we talking.
Go ahead.
I know y'all ain't going. Y'all never like anything I do. I'm different than everybody else, bro. I don't think like everybody else. So
I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything.
You a question.
I haven't said anything.
Hold on. He didn't answer the question. What
was it?
I said, how many times have you actually watched him on your screen fighting?
I ain't never seen him fight, bro. I'll see. No, hold up. Y'all laughing. Sit down and listen to an OG talk. God damn it. I did my homework based on highlights and reading up on past fights, checking his record on BoxRec, checking his record against fighters that he's fought. He mopping the European scene, bro. I'm telling you, he's been stable at 135 for 7 years. He's a solid fighter, 31-1. He ain't never been stopped. I'm just saying, bro, you gotta look at shit like that when you. That's why I brought up Robert Easter, and y'all was like, "Oh, well, he ain't even fighting." I'm like, but his resume says he's one of the best.
No, but this is the difference. Let me tell you the difference with Robert Easter. My only contention with Robert Easter was I personally felt he was moving up to 140. So yesterday we done a debate about 154. I didn't once put Mongia in my top 10 because he's at 160 now. It's not that I don't rate Robert Easter, it's because I thought he moved up. With this guy, I personally never heard of him. So I can't mention someone that I've never heard of.
I'm offended you haven't heard of the Ghanaian dude. With your African lineage a little closer than our shit is.
This is the difference. I watch boxing on enough occasions to say that this guy's never ever turned on shown up on my radar. I'm confident enough to say that.
Okay, well, now that y'all heard the name, do some homework going for.
I will. I definitely will.
I mean, because look, if we really look at it, there's a lot of good fighters on the African scene that don't get no shine. You got the big heavyweight dude Godzilla over there. He don't get no shine. You telling me this dude can't fill some stadium seats? Can't get some eyes to a fight if he
this is the difference though. A lot of these guys from Africa I do know about, but when it comes to, I'm not saying this guy's crap or he's not good, but the difference is, like, a lot of the time you can't really read into resume until you actually watch them in a fight where it's
today seen a few highlights of them. I like what I seen. Stiff chin, which you need if you going up the ladder. If you fight.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's get to the next one.
Then we can go to my last two is all right. We had Lopez and Loma #1. We got Haney. We got Ryan Garcia #2. We got Tago #3. I got Haney #4. And coming in last is between Comey and Lee Selby. That's
okay.
#5.
Okay, that's fair. I wouldn't put Lee Selby ahead of Luke Campbell, but go on, Jeff.
All right. Listen, I'm all for hitting gems. You know, that's kind of what. Listen, that's kind of what.
Like a cat, nigga.
Hold on, listen. I'm all for hitting gems because that's kind of what the channel was built on. We talk about fighters. Fighters and people that the normal fan doesn't talk about. So listen, if the dude nice, this is strictly, my reaction was strictly on where you have him on the list. That's where, because think about it this way. Who highlights haven't looked good?
I specifically went and searched for him though.
Right, but if you search any fighter and you look for their highlights, everybody highlights are good highlights.
Not really. No, that's not really true. That's untrue.
Bro, highlights are made to
highlight for people to
highlight their best parts.
You
don't see their flaws.
To look good. So if there's not the most bummest fighter in the world probably has a highlight package where they looking like a straight monster. You know what I'm saying?
Now hold up. This is, now that you brought that up, this off track, but this some more pub for my guy Robert Easter Jr. Look, a couple years back, he fought this dude named Lance Williams. The boy came out the gate 6-0. Steamrolling. They called him Lil Sleep or some crazy ass nickname like Lay Him Down type of shit or whatever his nickname was. He fought the boy Easter Jr. The boy record went from 6-0 to 7-12 with 8 straight knockouts after Easter dusted him. So that's just some more pub for my boy Robert Easter at 135. He'll turn your whole boxing future around.
Jeff, you know, run through the comments. We had like 8 flat comments that didn't get addressed. Go from
Mange 213 the weight.
Shit, got me curious. Mang 213 got me curious about this Ghanaian bro. Who did he lose to? I guess that's for you, vlog.
Bro, I did not write that down, but it was earlier in his career. It wasn't as he was stabilizing himself at 135, and I believe he a WBO or IBO. I think he got one of them off-brand belts. So
Okay.
he's recognized in the boxing organizations, but we as casuals, we don't know him because it's up to vlog to bring him to the world. You understand what I'm talking about?
I guess so.
Definitely got that, bro. You definitely got that. Toshi,
I guess so.
he said, I don't think Burchell beats Valdez as easy as everybody's thinking. No, I think Burchell gets Valdez out of there.
Can I touch on this Burchell? In fact, go to the comments. I'm not even going to touch on that. Go to the comments.
Yeah, that was one of the comments. Will Stokes is in the building. He said, Will Stokes, what's up with you? Mang 213 said, wait, we ain't got Tank up in the mix. Tank ain't in my mix.
To me,
at 135.
To me, Tank fights at light heavyweight. Tank don't fight at Tank.
Tank.
Man, bro,
Tank was looking heavy. Tank was looking real
when
heavy.
When is this fight coming up? Is this 135? What cruise?
October 22nd.
Is it 135?
I'll put money. It's at 130. It's at 130.
What the fuck? God damn!
I put money on it. He won't make 130.
What's the odds on him not making 130? Because I want to put money on that right now.
That shit is up there with Chavez Jr. making weight. He's not gonna make weight. He's not gonna make.
That's interesting, bro. Anybody seen the social media lately?
Yo, listen.
Yeah, I seen it. This guy's been looking heavy.
Listen,
he's looking a little heavy. I haven't seen him.
Vlog, hold on. Yo, Tank been training since the beginning of August. The fight is not until October 22nd. That means he's going to be training for 16 straight weeks. That's how fat he is. That's a fact.
I mean, why are you doing that to yourself, bro?
He looked every bit. He looked every bit of 175.
He's doing all of that.
180.
He's just basically having a fat camp. He's not even doing.
He's having a fat camp.
Like he's doing boxing work, but he's just trying to shed weight.
We got two prominent boxing writers right here to answer this question. Why is he doing that to himself?
Because it's very simple. In between camps, he doesn't look after his body. So during lockdown, obviously this guy probably wasn't living a lifestyle. So when he comes back to camp, he's like 40, 50 pounds overweight, and then he has to spend like 10 weeks dropping that weight.
But on top of that, he don't go to the gym unless he got a fight lined up.
That's what I mean. In between camps. In between camps.
Yeah. Slavin said, I agree, he can't make 130. I put my whole paycheck, he don't make that weight. I put my paycheck up, he not making 130.
He's the only dude. He moved up from 130 to 135 and still didn't make weight at 135.
Still didn't make weight at 135. He's not in my fitness.
Can I say this? Do you think his height and size, not his stature, I ain't gonna say his size because his size is part of his weight, but his stature keeps him trapped in this 130, 135 realm?
They don't have
I think his fighting style does. Because he even though you're short, he fights one pace. So if he learned how to get in and out very well and not be so explosive, because that explosive, he's got the power to fight at 147, he's got the power to fight at 140, but the problem is he just fights one pace. So anybody who gets past that the first few rounds and they can take him into deep water, he's just gonna drown. Like we saw that against Gamboa, and Gamboa was 1 million years old. So anybody, if he went to 140, for example, and fought someone like a Pro Gray or Josh Taylor or something, they'll just run rings around him because he just fights 2-1 pace. He needs to vary up his fighting style.
Yeah, we got Bang 213 said He's young though, so all he's doing is adding unnecessary muscle too. I don't know if he's adding unnecessary muscle because he got so much fat around. He gotta lose that fat to get to the goddamn muscle. Like he just out of control. Mang also said that Tank misses weight and surrenders the belt, but still KOs Leo just because he wants to hurt him.
I don't know about that now, man. I appreciate your positions, but the Bull Cruise is very, very solid. KO, I'm not really seeing that.
Blunt, I'm with you. Blunt, I'm with
Gamboa
you.
To me,
Blunt, I'm with you. Blunt, I'm with you. I'm with you on this one.
Thank you.
Because me personally, because don't think that Leo Santa Cruz ain't seeing what we're seeing. All Leo Santa Cruz needs to do is bring that into the second half of the fight, and Tank's gonna drown. I guarantee you, Tank's gonna drown. You can't lose so much weight so fast without rehydration and go into a fight and expect to be that fresh. He's gonna basically having 10 camps in one. So it's not good. That's my opinion. It ain't a good look for him.
Hold on, this the first time that all three of us are on a live stream. So it's only right that I do this. BoxingFirst Vlog and Shane are on the finest juice. They on the finest juice. Both of y'all are bugging. Tank is gonna get Leo the hell up out of there because Leo just too small. Period. And he don't.
It's at 130.
Huh?
It's at 130. It's not at 135. It's at 130.
Yeah, but he's coming up though. He's coming up.
But he's fought at 130 before.
Yeah, he's fought
at 130.
He got pillow hands though. You know that.
My dude. How can saying that he's coming up is not like 140 to 147? That's 4 pounds, bro. From 126
to 26.
Yeah, he's a volume puncher. So
yeah, that's the worst thing he can do against Tank. That's the worst thing he can do against Tank.
I think the worst thing for him to do against Tank.
Tank is not a counterpuncher. So how can you say that?
This is the thing. He don't have to be a counterpuncher. He don't have to be a counterpuncher. If you're throwing 4 or 5 shots and the guy is loading up, that's not technically counterpunching. You can punch in between those shots. You don't have to be a straight counterpuncher against Leo. He does. Leo throws 5-6 shots in a row. That's the worst thing you can do against a guy that lines up.
To me,
power shots.
I feel like, Jeff, you're looking at it from a perspective. You not think you have to respect people's boxing intelligence. Like I thought the same thing when I watched Leo Santa Cruz versus Frampton. And Leo Santa Cruz went and boxed off the back foot in that second fight. I personally think he knows that he can't hurt Tank. And I personally think he knows that he doesn't have he knows that Tank has power. So he's gonna pay him the respect. You have to bear that in mind. This guy is a professional. He's not gonna go in there fighting a stupid style. He's gonna go in there fighting a style where he's gonna go in there moving, forcing Tank to use his legs, forcing Tank to use his engine, which he don't have.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that. Because the thing with Leo, you're saying that he showed Frank respect. He showed that respect because he lost to him in that first fight. So he made adjustments. This would be his first time fighting Tank. Now, do I think he's gonna show that intelligence in the fight? I don't know. All I
he has no choice. He has no choice.
Yeah, we think he don't have no choice, but this fight is gonna be quote unquote on pay-per-view. Quote unquote on pay-per-view. So you think he's not gonna come out there trying to prove something? He's gonna
also let me state this to you, Jeff. What kind of fighter will we see in Tank? We know Tank is a pop star. He's a Mayweather wannabe. Will he need that crowd? Will he need all of that hoopla that boxers now coming back aren't used to? This is supposed to be a mega star in boxing.
To me, Tank is one size fits all. Tank will never see Tank doing a Pernell Whitaker impression. Tank's just gonna come forward. So
no. You get me wrong, Shane. I'm talking about the extra stuff, the outside of the stuff, the hoopla, the cameras, and all of that.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
will a crowd affect somebody like Tank, who's I'm here for the crowd?
That's a legit
Like,
point. That's a legit
you see what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
That's a good point. That's a legit point.
I believe Cruz is a gym fighter. Like, he just going to work. He not really there for the limelight and everything like that. I'm sure this is his biggest payday, and it'll be a good bag for the family. You know, he got his dad in his corner and things like that. So that's a good bag for the family. But I don't think the new format will affect him the way it will Tank.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way. Say it again.
Can we cover one of the fights we didn't, because there's a few fights we need to cover. So the first fight was obviously Teofimo versus Lomachenko. Another fight is Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. And what's the other fight that we needed to cover? There was another fight
coming up.
Is Linares and Fortuna back up and cracking?
Well, let's just cover it regardless. But let's go to the Lomachenko Teofimo.
Yeah, Lomachenko, Teofimo. Shane, let's start with you. Who you got?
I mean, personally, I think Loma will win, but I think Loma's gonna win because Loma's gonna win walking through fire. So I feel like he'll get dropped in this fight at some point. But when he makes the adjustment, I don't think Teofimo has enough strings to his bow to adjust. I've seen enough from Lomachenko to say that when it gets tough, he knows how to stick it out. But I wouldn't be surprised if Teofimo won. There is a style to beat Lomachenko. And I personally feel like if Teofimo adopted that style, he would win. But it depends.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm 50-50 on this fight, bro. I can't call it. I believe Teofimo has the power to affect affect Loma, get to him, you know, judge-wise. I think he's another fighter that's going to be affected by the crowd not being there, bro. Honestly, like, he's one of them dudes that feeds that energy, you know, that showmanship. You see what I'm saying? With the people not being there outside of maybe close family, you know, they might be changing that up where there are some bodies in the outside arena like they doing with basketball and things like that. But I do believe that fight is 50-50, just looking at both abilities and both the accomplishments.
Yeah, I like Lomachenko in the fight. I think Teofimo, I think my explanation is really simple. Lomachenko has about 400 amateur fights. You make the case he's the best amateur of all time. And then what he's done as a professional, Lomachenko has seen a Teofimo Lopez before at some point during his career. Teofimo has never seen anything like Lomachenko inside the ring. I think it's going to be the shot for Teofimo. I do think that Lomachenko could in this fight relatively early, because Lomachenko, he's another dude that walks through the front door and don't pay no admission fee neither. Like, he's another one that likes to walk inside and get his work done. So I can see Teofimo touching him early in the fight. I don't see Teofimo really being disciplined for full 12 rounds to get a decision against Lomachenko. I like Lomachenko by decision in this fight, but I think it's going to be a really, really good fight. Let's swing to Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. We're going to go to you first. Go ahead.
He going to dog walk Luke Campbell.
He going to dog walk. How he winning?
KO, body shot, left hook to the body.
What round?
I think it might be around the 8th, 9th.
Can I ask you a question? Does Ryan Garcia have faster feet than Linares?
No, he does at this point, but he's young. You see what I mean?
No,
so
the reason why I asked that question, the reason why I asked that question is, I personally am torn about this fight. The reason why I'm torn is because, again, I feel like smart money will beat Ryan Garcia. Obviously, smart money, but I just feel like one thing people are forgetting is Luke Campbell has really good feet, and he will move around that ring if he has to. I've never really seen Ryan Garcia cut off the ring, and I've seen a lot of guys in transition struggle to cut off the ring against Luke Campbell. Even Loma struggle to cut off the ring against Luke Campbell at times, and Loma's footwork is better than anybody else on the planet. So that's just something as a Ryan Garcia fan, you need to just bear that in mind. I'm not saying he's going to lose. I'm just saying bear that in mind. If you start seeing Ryan Garcia struggle to get in range, cut the distance down, that's gonna be something he will struggle to do because Luke Campbell's feet is very sophisticated.
I'll give you that on the footwork, but to me, Campbell got a lot of wear and tear, bro. And when you've been hurt, go ahead.
I'm not saying he won't get hurt, but I just feel like, to me, I maybe I'm overrating the importance of footwork, but I just feel like if you ain't in the right range, you can't win a fight. Or you can win a fight, but you're gonna struggle to win it. And
so now that you said that, now you saying Luke can move. Can he win the fight moving? I don't.
That's my problem. That's my problem. That's why I'm not confident in saying he wins, because a lot of the time we see Luke Campbell, when he's defensive, he's all the way defensive, and he lets fighters just chase him and tee off on him. And a few times we saw it in the Linares fight, he lost a lot of rounds because he didn't turn on the attack. And when he turns on the attack against Ryan Garcia, I actually think he will get hurt. So that's why I'm not confident. I'll probably still say Ryan. That's why I said smart money will be on Ryan Garcia. But I just won't be surprised if Ryan Garcia struggles to get to him. I'm not saying Ryan Garcia will lose, but I'm just saying I won't be surprised if Ryan Garcia struggles to get to him.
Now, this is the type of fight Garcia might need as he gets up there to a Loma, to somebody like Lopez, who definitely has better footwork than him. So you need to use this ring time as knowledge for the bank. You understand what I'm talking about? So you can make a withdrawal later. Go ahead, Jeff, tap in, baby.
This is a rough one. This is a rough one for sure. Because the thing with Luke Campbell that bothers me is the way he fights in the first half of the fight, not the way he fights in the second half of the fight. Like, as his stamina goes down, some of the things that he does early in the fight, he doesn't do late. Ryan Garcia, I don't know about his gas tank. I don't know about it. So that's where I'm at with it. If I had to guess, I would say Ryan Garcia by decision. Just because Ryan Garcia is really good at winning rounds. I do think he has that skill set. So I think he will.
Quick question. In your mind, does Garcia got the power to get rid of Luke Campbell?
Oh yeah, he has the power. He definitely has the power. I'm just wondering whether he has a delivery system. He has the power 100%. And that brings us to a good
his delivery system earlier, talking about him and maybe a Loma matchup. So that is definitely his least effective ability is to going side to side or how fast he can go forward too. So that footwork, much improvement needed.
But that's a good segue to what main 213 said. Luke has all the skills, but he's susceptible to good heavy shots. I don't really care for Ryan Garcia, but he sleeps Campbell. That's a good point. Mando Jr. says,
I like you agreeing with me, but that not caring for my guy, me and you, my dude. No, I'm just fucking with you, my dude. Appreciate that comment, Brody.
Ryan Garcia does have a pretty good left hook. He just needs to stop closing his eyes when he throws it. That's funny.
I've seen a couple still pics when he's done that, bro.
Me as well.
Training videos. He does it in the training video. I think that makes his accuracy real good. It has to do with something with his accuracy.
He got it from Danny.
He does that in the training video.
Yeah, he did. He got that from Danny Garcia, the no-look hook. He stole that. You know what I mean?
If he trades with someone who's got a tighter left hook, then he'll get put to sleep, though.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But those is good points by Mang 213 and Mando. Mando, you funny as hell for that. I guess we can get into I guess the last one we can get into Linares and Fortuna.
Who's gonna start with that one?
Blunt, you want to start with that one?
Man, this one is, it's almost kind of reminding me of the Campbell what's the name, Garcia fight. Linares, with the training he's shown us and the things he's been doing through the carnivorous, lockdown situation, been putting out some good work for social media to see his strength has came around a lot. I'm thinking he's going to be the killer in a fight like this. Fortuna, little slow, not the fastest of the 135 dudes. So I'm gonna give this one to Linares. I say stoppage, 5th. That power, I think he's just stronger than Fortuna right now.
I mean, I look at it more as a crossroads fight for these guys. I mean, both of these guys are in a division with some young sharks, and these guys are probably closer to the way out than the way in. So because of that, you're gonna see probably Fortuna give it one last push. And since Linares got knocked out, he's fought twice, I think, and he's fought very reserved. I don't know if you guys seen that, but since he got knocked out in the first round, he's not as gun-ho as he used to be. So I think for the first few rounds, he's just going to get a feel of things. But as you said, Fortuna is quite slow, and if Linares turns up the temperature and he does go in the trenches, he will outwork Fortuna. And I don't know, maybe he might stop him, but he definitely wins the fight because he'll just eventually overwhelm him.
It's a difficult fight to really call because I don't know when Linares is gonna show up. Like
That's true.
I don't know when Linares is gonna show up. I don't know if the one against Lomachenko gonna show up, where you can argue that they might have been tied going into that round before he got stopped. Or you're gonna see the guy that got knocked out in the first round. Fortuna, even though he gives guys difficulty, his work is just not clean. Like he don't have a lot of clean. He reminds me of like I hate to bring him up because he's one of my favorites, but like Sean Porter, like I don't think
I
Sean
knew you were gonna
Porter
say that. I knew you were gonna say Sean Porter.
Sean Porter don't have a lot of clean work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's active, but he don't have a lot of clean work. Fortuna's the same way. He's very active, very awkward, can make it difficult for you, but he don't have a lot of clean work. So if Fortuna doesn't knock out Linares within the first 2 rounds, I think he gets stopped somewhere late. Because
eventually he will give it a good push, Fortuna, but I just think eventually that he'll get outworked, and eventually that gas tank's gonna run on red.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think he'll get knocked out cold though. I think he'll get knocked out like
I'm thinking
wear down. Yeah, he'll get worn down. His mind will be out of the fight. Like, damn, I can't win this, and then he'll get caught.
Yeah. So what we gonna do? We gonna close it right there. But what we gonna do is we're actually gonna do a part 2 to this.
Before you close it, there's one person I wanted to talk about before, and I spoke about him, but I just didn't get you guys' opinions on it. But Chell at 135.
They're gonna have to match him up carefully. At 135, I think he can do some things at 135, but there's a couple guys that I would keep him away from. Just from this perspective, I think putting him against Haney, I don't think that would be smart in terms of a style matchup. Ryan Garcia is another one. That speed might overwhelm him. But if he fights a Fortuna, he could beat a Fortuna. If he fights a Luke Campbell, he can beat Luke Campbell. I have a problem with. I wouldn't put him in with guys with crazy speed, but he can definitely make some moves at 135.
Good match for him right now, and I don't know how y'all feel about this. Like another prospect coming from your backyard, Liam Walsh. To me, if you want to judge where he at and where he could be at 135, that's a young cat that's not super powerful, not the most excellent boxer. So show me what you can do with this prospect to see where you're at to range with the next level of prospects. You see what I'm saying? And you definitely got to be careful with them. And if you wanted to be careful with them, I'm gonna tell you who you follow. Follow that Haney platform of carefulness and not stepping on the cracks as you walking through. That was, man, I looked at his record, boy, God damn, Cupcake Alley, homie, Jesus Christ. God damn, bro, I respect the homie's skills and everything. But Lord, man, that's why I said, if you look at resume to resume, Robert Easter's resume looks entirely better than Garcia's. Then
Robert Easter's been at what? He's been at that top
He's been
level
around for a while.
He's been around for longer.
Okay, peep my game. We talking fights though. Garcia, 20 fights in. Haney, 24 fights in. You're not fighting the same level of competition, but you got the same number of fights.
But I'm sorry to bring this up, but it's different strokes for different people. So the reason why I say that is because when Robert Easter came into the scene and when he came to the top level, as soon as he came in, he came under the idea of he was going to be fast track, where Haney's never really been like that. Some fighters just have to go through the motions a bit with their career. I feel like they have to. I mean, I do understand what you're saying about him being in tough tests, but at the same time, I do feel like you have to understand the environment that he came into. Like a lot, he didn't come into an environment.
Bargos was his toughest fight. Was his best win. Like honestly, and dude was a Bargos.
I think Abdulayev was his toughest fight.
Yeah, I would say Abdulayev. They not far off though.
Because as far as recognizable names.
No, but Abdulayev knocked out Hank Landy in the fight going up to the tier.
They told me Hank was in the alleyway drinking before that fight. You know how them Philly dudes do? They get around them goddamn burning trash cans and they get to sipping that wild turkey and all that bullshit. So I don't know. Hank wasn't in that fight to me, and he pretty good fighter, but he's susceptible to a KO like that. But it was a good win. But I remember that.
I'm just saying when he did fight Hank Lundy and Abdulayev, because Abdulayev got brought in as an opponent and he knocked Hank Lundy out. When Haney took that fight, other than when Haney beat him, a lot of people was saying it's a good step up for him. Obviously, hindsight is 2020. We looked at it and we're like, he's just too good for him. But at that time, it was a bit different.
Yeah. Another thing with Haney is he had a lot of fights in Mexico too because he couldn't turn pro here. So he had a lot of those from the
cat drop.
Yeah, they were in Mexico, but they was basically trying to get him some work until he was able to turn pro here. So,
but that's what I was saying about environment. Yeah,
it depends. It depends on who you're talking about, the time frame and everything. So it's not just, like a one-step thing. But no, I mean, you're 100% correct. Like, Devin Haney's path is different than Robert Easter's path. Lomachenko's path is different than everybody's path. You know what I mean? So it really depends on who. But I mean, no, like if we're talking Robert Easter at 135, like you definitely have to put him. You definitely have to put him in the mix because you can talk about his resume, but you can talk about a lot of those other guys because they're so young and they get moved different. So that's definitely a good point. Let me get to the comment section real quick. Jay Banks, what's up with you?
Gary, Mange said Gary Russell Jr. at 135.
I want to see Gary Russell fight more than once a year before I answer any 135 questions.
I want to see Gary Russell fight Josh Warrington. That's who I want to see.
That's it. The guy in his own division, like he can fight Josh Warrington. There's other guys that he can fight at 126. And he talking crazy right now. But I like Gary Russell. I don't know how he would, to answer your question, Mang 213. I don't know how he would fight at 135 because I don't know how he would fight at 130. I barely know how he fight at 126 because he's fighting so. This
the fight right here for Gary Russell Jr. Leo Santa Cruz. After he beat
They
Tank,
ain't giving it to him.
that's the fight.
They're not giving it to him.
That's never gonna happen.
That ain't gonna
He's
happen.
got more chance. He's got more chance fighting Crawford again.
Yeah. He been asking for Leo Santa Cruz.
But as a now for hold up, that was a fans thing. That wasn't like knowing the connections and whether that fight was even possible. But I don't know that. But from a fan's perspective, that to me is a reasonable fight.
It makes sense.
Not a lot of power you got to worry about.
Yeah, it makes sense from a fan perspective. I could definitely make sense. I don't know why they won't make that fight. You know, it is what it is. Hold on. Main 213. I used to harass Ryan Garcia on Instagram, telling him he'd get KO'd if he didn't pick up his defensive strategy. Shortly after that, he changed trainers. I mean, honest with you, I think Ryan Garcia just changed trainers just to be around Canelo and them.
I was just about to say that.
Jay Banks, hey, can you read that Jay Banks comment? I don't understand what he's saying. He's basically saying that defensively, Ryan Garcia. He saw holes in Ryan Garcia, which everybody has holes at that age defensively. Okay, yeah. I mean, they do. We all shit. We can see the shit because it seems like in his videos he's just concentrating on that one thing. And then as he's concentrating on that one tool, we see.
I don't buy into that too much because I know the young fighters who've been built up, they always have defensive holes. It's like Virgil Ortiz. I can find so many holes in him defensively, but at the same time, I look at him like he's a solid fighter. So
yeah.
Great.
Jay Banks said, Bruce, this is smooth, great deal on this.
PWB said part 2. What does that mean?
Part 2, we're gonna do a part 2 to this. Number one, Mike couldn't jump on tonight.
What's the live stream for tomorrow?
Part 2.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Official team, No Fear, Not Fear. Charles' dad, he wanted to jump on, but he couldn't jump on tonight. It is. I think it was some things that we. Left out as far as 135. Because we can get a lot.
Yeah, we didn't talk about what we didn't talk about is the second tier.
Exactly.
The Shelby, the Liam Walshes.
Exactly.
What's the Felix Vijardio? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Rolly in there as well. You got to throw Rolly. You got to throw Marinas, Jackson Marinas.
Yeah, that's what we didn't talk about them because it's so top heavy, and that was obviously going to take the spill of the conversation. But those other guys are definitely worth mentioning, and I think we should come back and hit them with a quick one if you guys are free tomorrow. I'm off the rest of the week, so I'm here to talk boxing with you.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll do a part 2 to this. Hopefully we can get Mike Patterson on, and we can get Chris Casey on, Not Fear's Dead, and we can do part 2 to this. Boxing First Vlog, give them your social media.
You know I'm on IG, Boxing First Vlog. We on Twitter. We on TikTok, goddammit, shit. We all over the place. We trying to build a machine, baby. You dig?
I hear you. Shane, giving you social media.
I mean, before I even give that, I need to be on every single live with Blunt from this point on. This guy just the funniest guy on the planet. I swear to God.
Hey man.
It's the Jamaican in me, man. Why y'all deal with man?
I'm Jamaican myself, so I'm Jamaican myself.
I think that's why you like me, and I don't like you. No, I'm fucking with you, bro. No, it ain't nothing but love.
But yeah, my what's it called? 1 second. I'm just reading the comments to see if anybody has anything else to say before you cut off. But yeah, on all forms of social media, I_am Shane 1.
And G5 Jeff TV, BOXWIC G5 Jeff TV, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook that I ain't never on. Shout out. And Slavin said the PR like beats Felix something will be in the mix. I'm assuming you mean Puerto Rican lightweights.
Yeah. He talking about Verderio.
You talking about
Verderio.
That's another person we gotta.
That's why I said we gotta definitely come back and do
Yeah, there was maybe 3 or 4 fights that we didn't touch on.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe even more than 3 or 4, maybe like 6 or 7.
7 of them. Yeah,
listen.
and even the Japanese guy. Remember, we had a comment about the Asian fighters.
Yeah.
There is an Asian guy in the ranking, 12-0 right now. I can't pronounce his name, and I don't even want to disrespect him like that.
Listen, if you can't pronounce the name, I know you can copy and paste from online, man. So copy and paste that thing and send it to me so I can look him up. But we can do a part 2, and listen, if we don't get it all done in part 2, we'll do a part 3. I mean, we around. So, on behalf of BoxingFirst Vlog,
trying to turn this to the cast, ain't we? Ain't we trying to move this shit forward?
Absolutely, man. We gonna podcast coming. These lives is kind of a test run, just to see how things playing out. But this one was pretty good.
There's one thing we do need to. We'll talk about it off camera, but there's some stuff
we'll talk about it off camera. But you know, it's working out a few kinks and things like that. But people got to realize this is the first time BoxingFirst Vlog and myself has been on live together. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's always been separate. This is the first time we've been doing this together. So we're gonna get a couple of these and tighten some things up. And the podcast gonna launch, and then we'll have our guests and all that other stuff. But this one was a good one. We're gonna do part 2, and we're gonna cover a bunch of other things. Actually, let's come up with some topics for part 2, so we can hit them, get them out the way, so we can, I guess, message each other on Instagram or whatever. Come up with some topics for part 2, and we'll take it from there. So do a roll call real quick. Slervin, big shout out to you. TWB Martinez, big shout out. Mang213. Who else is in the building? Mando. Who else?
J Banks.
J Banks. I know it was a couple people in here. Will Stokes. Vivian Simmons. There was a couple people that was in yesterday's live that wasn't in this one. I'm pretty sure YouTube was the reason.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, so we're gonna give it another go. We're gonna do some more postings for tomorrow, and pretty much go from there, man. But this was a good one. 135-pound division on behalf of BoxingFirst Vlog, VP Shane, 5 TV. We are out.
All right, people, gone.